why don't you say something? And
So you were telling me that your goal is to live to 156, and you're halfway through.
I'm halfway. This is the halfway year. Yeah.
And you were explaining to me that it really does change your mindset. If you wouldn't mind expanding, just a message to my mother and my mother-in-law.
Yeah. Hi, Patty and Eleonora. And so Shane caught me. I was trying to have coffee, and he rudely interrupted me here. But we got chatting, and I was saying that about 36. It was 1987. I came up with the goal that I was born in 1944, and so I only got 56 years in the 20th century, so I wanted 100 years in the 21st century. So I said, I'm going to live to 156. And of course, I kept it to myself. I didn't tell anybody, but what I did was I wonder how long it would take me that when I think of my lifetime, instead of thinking of 80 or 85, I would just think of 156. And it took me about 3 years to do it. And then I noticed ever since then, that 156 is very normal to me. So I'm 79. I'll be 79 in 2 months. And the feeling I have is that I've only lived half my life. So my mindset, and I've got this massive big time ahead of me. So I'm in better health than I was 36 years ago. I'm more ambitious than I was 36. And it's just because, and in our program, I have a program called Strategic Coach. We have roughly 22,000 people who have lifetime, how long they're going to live, of over 100 years. And you can just see how it relaxes them. And none of them retire, because that's, the retirement is a message to the universe to come and pick up the body. You don't want to send emails. And death is looking for low-hanging fruit. Death wants volunteers, and so I just decided that I'm going to give death no assistance. I mean, one of the things is just to have this long lifetime. And, I have a family. I've got good genes. I have 5 siblings who are 70 or older, and but none of them work, and I can see them declining. And people who see me who may have known me 20 years ago, and they said, you look younger than you did 20 years ago. But it's really the mindset. And we're at a conference where they are talking about all the technology in medicine now, that you can repair things, and you can, So it's interesting. I mean, it's just interesting. And people say, well, we think you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. And I said, well, not me. I'm gone. I said, probably in the middle of 10 unfinished projects, and so they grieve for about 3 days, and then they're pissed off for 3 months because I left them with a whole bunch of unfinished business. But but what it does is that when you have that 156, it changes every other idea in your brain. I think how long we think we're going to live is the central thought, and then all your other thinking is determined by that thought. So if you think you only have 5 years left, then you don't start new things, you don't have new friends, you don't do anything. And, I just started a collaboration with a client here yesterday, and he's in my program. He's my first 50-year client, and he's 50 years younger than I am. He's 28 years old, and he's an AI specialist. So he's and he's my smart human who's going to do this. So anyway,
so last question.